welcome to the broadcast with Amanda, Shandy, and Colleen. My name is Colleen.
My name is Amanda.
And I'm Shandy.
And welcome to the show, everybody. That's what happens when you are live and can't redo the intro and you have two thoughts at once. One of them is with your name and you can't get through it.
But they were both coming from a very good place. It was your name and the sentiment of Happy Broadsgiving.
Woohoo!
Which is great. They were both really good thoughts.
They are very good thoughts. Welcome to our Broadsgiving table once again. An intro that I actually had forgotten about until I re-listened to Peace, Love, and Pies, last year's Broadsgiving episode today, in hopes of solving the mystery of pre-gravy.
Did you? Oh my God, did you?
So there's one mention of it, and it's early on in the show. It's while we're reading the rules of the drinking game that Kayla created last year.
Oh, right.
And you say, I'm drinking white wine. I'm drinking this now because the rest of it I'm going to use to make my vegetarian gravy.
Right.
So this is my pre-gravy. But that's literally it. We don't say anything about save it till next year. We don't say anything like potential episode title, like nothing. There is nothing. So then I had the brilliant idea while I was in the shower tonight. I was like, oh, why don't I just check my notebook? And then I remembered, oh yeah, that's right. We did that live on air last week. So that was a bust. I don't know. I listened to the beginning of the following week to see if you talked about your gravy, and that sounds funny. And you don't.
The gravy is pretty good.
And then I ran out of time. But I was really hoping to solve the mystery. That said, there were some notable things about our Broadsgiving episode last year. And so Kayla had the drinking game.
Right, I forgot. That was really fun.
It was really fun. You apparently were drinking white wine to make pre-gravy, but here's the real kicker. Here is the freaking universe coming back to us. Is that last year, on this very episode, this week, we talked about how there was a real-life Fargate that was trending. And booyah! Because there's been a real-life Fargate trending on Twitter over the last 24 hours. Crazy, right?
Yes, but I feel like not being on Twitter, I don't understand the context of current Fargate.
Do you know what it refers to?
No. I know our Fargate.
All I know is our Fargate.
Our Fargate is our Fargate, which is
and what a grand Fargate it is.
Westworld,
the fartiest of the Fargate.
It was epic. It was an epic Fargate.
Yeah,
it really was long. It left its mark.
Yeah, it was really awesome.
If not, it's stench.
And it's stench. The other Fargate from last year was, I guess it was a chess tournament or something, and
oh my God, someone farted a chess tournament.
Yeah, and like everybody was blaming it on someone else.
Like you do.
While re-listening, I was like, oh my God, this really was hysterical. And then so Amanda, last night, Monday night, as we're recording this, Eric Swalwell, Representative Eric Swalwell, actually gave an interview on Hardball with Chris Matthews, and in the middle of his interview, there's this farting noise, and it's very loud though, and that's the thing, is it's very loud, but the kicker is he does this weird inflection where he pauses and chuckles and then keeps going. But the other thing is, like, for it to be that loud, like, the microphone would have to be hooked up to his ass, because it is, like,
I do believe that
so
we have explored.
We have explored this in great detail.
So anyway, I watched it like 5 or 6 times last night, because it's like a, 17 or 18 second clip, and I was like, this is so hysterical. So he came out and denied it. Hardball with Chris Matthews, like the MSNBC tweeted that it was actually a hardball mug that was like scraping across the desk. It does not sound like a mug.
Yeah, no, scraping
so funny.
Sound is a different thing.
It is so funny. Like, it sounds like it has, it's the way he stops and whatever, he heard it. Whether or not he did it or not, like, he definitely heard it. And it wouldn't surprise me if Chris Matthews, you know, is like old enough and like doesn't give a fuck, and he's just like, I'm just gonna fart on it and keep going, because it just sounds so loud. It's so loud. It sounds like it's right in the mic. Anyway,
well,
guys,
I feel like the really loud ones you can't control. They just happen. They're a surprise to everyone, including you.
Yeah. JP in the chat says he ate mozzarella sticks before the interview, which is a throwback to, I believe, when I was eating all those mozzarella sticks after Alex was born, and I think we talked about that. Yeah, the cheese. Yeah. He also said that Kayla's drinking game is the reason why no one remembers pre-gravy or anything else that night.
That's fair.
Entirely possible.
So anyway, that's that. So I nominate a potential episode title for this episode to be Fargate Pie.
Ooh.
I know that's that.
I don't know if I like that connotation.
That's true. 2 years ago, it was shit. I just looked it up too. I looked up all of our Broadsgiving. Last year was Peace, Love, and Pies. 2 years ago, it was like not Stinky Pie, but something. Shoot, I just looked it up so I wouldn't forget. Whatever, I'll remember it, or I'll just re-look it up while somebody else is talking. Anyway, how's it going, everybody? Happy Broadsgiving. Happy Broadsgiving to the chat. We have Brian, Kayla, JP, Ro, Mandy. Happy belated birthday, Mandy. I hope you had a lovely day.
And happy belated birthday, Brian.
And happy belated birthday, Brian.
So many birthday people.
So many birthdays. Also, I would like to point out that Mandy's birthday that was our 2-year anniversary of having met in person. So happy anniversary, Mandy.
Wait, of having your own person?
No, of meeting in person.
Meeting her in person. Okay, wow, I totally misunderstood.
You didn't know they share a person?
In real life.
It was like, this sounds weird and uncomfortable.
We do share a connection, not only because our names rhyme, but also because her last name is my birthplace, which I feel like I'm giving away too much personally identifiable information on public podcast. But right. There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. So in 2017, it was just called Broadsgiving. Oh, shoot. Because here we are. It must have been Testy Pie. Oh, we talked about Testy Pie the following week after Broadsgiving. Okay,
that makes sense.
There we go. All right. Well, I'm glad that we settled that mystery. Also, Got Tequila is in the house. I believe Greg is here. Matt Loves TV is here. So, woohoo! We are very excited to see everybody and to celebrate. Yay! Okay, cool. Clearly.
Captain's in the house.
Impeach Cobbler. I like that one.
Impeach Cobbler. Oh, I like that.
It's a quality dessert and a good thing that will maybe happen someday.
Or we can just call it Peach Love and Impeachment.
That's true. And that's true, yes. And Captain is in the house. This chair really isn't big enough for both of us.
Oh, Sherry's here.
Hey!
We have a new guest to the table this year. Very excited.
Yay.
I gotta stop with this table thing. Like, it's...
No, I like it.
No, I rolled my eyes so hard when I was re-listening. I was like, what were you doing? This is so dumb. Like, this is, like, dad joke level. Like, why? And you don't even pull it off as well as, like, Amy Klobuchar does. Like, just don't even try. So,
yes, but could you eat salad with more pizzazz? I think you could.
You mean throwing it at somebody, allegedly?
No,
That's true.
A comb, maybe a brush. I could, I feel like you could do that.
That's very true. I've thrown things before. Actually, throwing things really isn't my thing. I'm not going to lie. I'm more of a, like, stomp on the ground and scream and curse at people kind of person than throwing things.
It's probably more efficient.
Yeah.
Less variables that could go wrong.
Yeah. Anyways, maybe we could call it, like, pizzazz pie. I don't know. We'll come up with something. We've got another.
Our best titles always happen organically. We'll figure it out. We'll get there.
Too. Anyway,
I'm not
guys,
worried.
What's up? I think we're like 10 minutes in, and it's like the 15th time I've asked it. What's everybody's Thanksgiving plans?
I got new glasses.
They are lovely.
I love them.
Thanks. They are really, really cute.
They are actually more or less pretty much the same frames as my other glasses, but a different color.
Yeah, they look really
Very excited about that. And boring detail. They're not transitions, which I've always had transitions because they're really convenient.
Yeah.
But you also kind of look like a tool. So
yes,
I decided
you do when you're inside and you still have
and they're still trying to change back.
Yeah. I decided to try I'll just give it a try, not looking like a tool. But I have the option always to go back to looking like a tool because both glasses function.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited about that. That's what I was saying before the podcast. I don't need them for near visions, which is why I never wear them for the podcast. And also I have this lovely reflection, so I'm going to take them off. But I wanted to point them out because I am excited about them.
And you should be. They look very trendy and very cool.
Thanks.
Very untooly.
Yes, we're getting to the end of the calendar year, so it was like
spend that money.
Use it.
Yeah.
Spend that flex money.
Yeah.
Exactly. Use your insurance.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that we might do the Flex Savings account for the first time ever. Also, I just heard a noise that sounded fart-esque. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt that it was your chair moving.
I think it was actually me placing the glasses on the table.
I also I burped a little. It might have been that.
Nice. We need to have a Fargate this week next year too. Otherwise, I'm going to be really disappointed.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a question for our audience out there with the FSA thing. So I have open enrollment now, and I was starting to think about doing it. And I didn't know, like, if it was... I mean, I know it's worth it if you have kids that, like, have braces and stuff, but I don't think we're quite there yet. But when we switched insurances, my new plan is not as good as my old plan was. My old plan was amazing, and I was very fortunate. And still willing to go to Medicare for all of the rest of you that didn't have awesome insurance like I did. That said...
That's what you call morals.
Mm-hmm.
But that said, my new plan really is not as it's fine. It's better than a lot of people have, but it's still not as great as it could have been. Like I went to the OBGYN last week and it cost me $60 and it was like this.
Wait, what? You have like a $60 copay for
I do for specialists now. Yes.
And why is an OBGYN a specialist?
Because America.
Sexism.
Let's not
Specialist for
right.
We know the answer to that. That was a rhetorical question. So anyway, but I was thinking about it. The good thing about my plan though is now vision and dental are covered, so I actually get an extra. I think it's approximately $30 a paycheck. So I was thinking about just taking that $30 for the next year and like using that as like my withholdings for FSA. Does anybody out there know if that's like good or not? Like, can somebody tell me if that's like a good plan? Like, is that too much?
I do not
too
understand
little?
the words coming out of your mouth.
Yeah, no, that's fine because I have an FSA and it's like you can do it. You can buy Band-Aids with it. You can buy
I figured
like
I would
a whole bunch
buy
of random like allergy medicine. You can buy all sorts of random crap.
I figured I would just buy a shitload of like contact solution at the end of the year.
Yeah, that would probably cover it. I use it for copays, honestly.
Okay,
because
well, that's
it comes
good to
out
know.
pre-tax.
Yeah.
So it's like it loads up on the card and I use that for like all my copays, like prescriptions, all that crap.
Okay, yeah, that's what. So, guy in the chat said glasses, copays, some over-the-counter drugs. We never have any left at $2,700 every year. I find it great. And Mandy says again, copays, prescriptions, glasses, contacts, dental. Okay, so that's good. So maybe then I will do that. Is $30 a paycheck? How much do you take out of paycheck, Amanda? If I may ask.
I do it lump sum, so I have no idea.
Okay. Just wondering.
I think I fluctuate between like 300 and like 700 in a year, but
okay.
Mine doesn't roll over. Like someone in the chat was saying that they can roll. Oh, Mandy was saying you can roll over $500 into the next year. Okay. I can't do that. I've got to spend everything or else the Flex account takes it.
Yeah, my boss got braces because they had extra in their Flex account. So she was like, well, I've always wanted to refix my teeth. And she got braces. Yeah.
God. I've never really understood this whole thing. And I just have my insurance and I changed insurance plans once because a lot of people at work recommended it. And I was like, okay, that sounds good.
Okay, so Mandy used to do $40 a check. Okay, so maybe then I will do that.
So I think like the main point that I'm taking away from this discussion is like, why does it have to be so confusing and complicated? Like, do I even have?
Is, but you know
I
what?
think that I could,
because we've privatized it. That's why.
I think I could elect to also have a flex savings account.
Yeah, because there's a flex. Yeah, there's an FSA and there's an HSA. The health savings account.
That's what Gott's saying in the chat now. Some employers offer HSA, which is money you have to keep if you don't use. You get to keep if you don't use it.
Yeah, it's your money.
Better for young people, not so much for me or Brian. Oh,
I don't know. My mom, they have an HSA, but my mom also has some.
Your mom has some health issues, though.
She has some health issues that require more doctors than the average bear.
Yeah. Okay, moving on to a happier subject. Thanks, chat. Like, I feel a lot better about this now. Like, I'm going to do it because I think you should. Guys. As far as Thanksgiving plans go, Zach and I and maybe Alex are driving up on Tuesday afternoon to Long Island, and we will spend the holidays there. Jay, unfortunately, has to work through Wednesday, so he's going to fly and meet us separately, and then
nice.
Yeah. So that's those are our plans. We were I was thinking about the hotel thing with the kids, but I think I can be on the road by 1:00, which means I should get to my parents even with traffic by like midnight. Knock on wood. Now we're gonna get there at 3 a.m. because I said something, but yeah. Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna drive. It's gonna be fine. I'm really excited about all the geocaches I'm gonna find at the rest stop.
Oh,
yeah, you gotta make it fun. You gotta find something fun.
It's true.
Totally.
Yeah. JP in the chat says, "Are you gonna let Zach taste the turkey thermometer this year?" I think that Zach has probably been scarred for the rest of his life on thermometers. And Mike popped in to say, "Happy Broadsgiving. I'm thankful that the orange shit has a finite amount of breaths left. Good night, all." I will highlight that because, again, I don't know, Mike, you weren't here before, but a nomination for the show title is Impeach Cobbler. All right, anyway, yeah, somebody else say something.
Yeah, I'm taking the train to Connecticut for Thanksgiving this year. The cat and I.
Oh.
So yeah, Captain and I. I'm going to make gravy again this year before I go.
Nice.
So I guess I will have to drink my pre-gravy wine by myself next week.
Nothing wrong with that. But you guys did that last year, and I know that because I just listened to it.
Yep. Well, and I had said when we were like, pre-gravy, what does that mean? And I was like, well, I make gravy before Thanksgiving. I sure hope that's not what it was about. I hope it was something more exciting. It wasn't me talking about my stupid vegetarian gravy.
Oh my God.
Which says, no, it's not true. I love my vegetarian gravy. I think it's really delicious. And
there had to have been something else because I could see myself saying like the pre-gravy thing without making it a big deal and editing it out. And then, like editing whatever the thing was out. But Mandy knew about it. So why would Mandy know?
I don't know. I told you guys last week, there's only one association that I make with pre-gravy. So I don't think it was that.
Yeah.
Yes, and it involves ejaculate.
But maybe that's why we thought it was funny.
But I wouldn't have cut that out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Christy's here now. This chat's on fire. Like, hello, welcome everybody.
Hey.
A proper party.
Yeah. Shandy, what are you doing for Thanksgiving this year? And will it involve pie?
Well, I hope there'll be pie, but probably not the 6 pies of Thanksgiving's past. But we are doing the same thing as last year. We are going to my friend's parents' place, which is a couple hours east of here. So that should be fun. Last year we had just like a really fun time with her Uncle Brian. So when we were talking about it, she was like, "Oh, Uncle Brian's gonna be so excited."
That's really funny.
Yeah. Like I was too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we'll get to see Uncle Brian again and hang out and hopefully have some pie. And then I think we'll probably head back for the rest of the weekend. Like we'll just stay one night and then come back. But I'm very excited for our 4-day weekend. And I'm very excited for Thanksgiving because I fucking love Thanksgiving. And then we're so close to Christmas. And I'm like ready for Christmas, starting to think about Christmas. We are going to Ireland this year after France.
God.
So, yeah. And we just like,
so great.
finally booked our ticket for that part of the trip, so it's like official. So if anyone has any Ireland recommendations,
that's awesome.
Oh my god!
When are you going?
So we're leaving 5 days before Christmas, and then I'll be back. No, we're leaving a little bit before Christmas, and then we'll come back after New Year's. But we're gonna spend like that first week of the new year in Ireland.
That's awesome.
Do you know what cities you're going to do yet, or you're just still planning that part?
Not really. I mean, we so far we have 2 nights reserved in Dublin, and that's obviously where we fly in and out of. And then we rented a car, and it was like $35 or euros, I can't remember, but 35 of them for the whole time. And when we were looking, like at first, like I sent it to Frank, and he was like, "Wait, is there anything cheaper?" And I was like, "Dude, this is like cheap as fuck." Mm-hmm. And he was like, "Wait, this is 35 total, like for the whole time?" He thought it was like 35 a day. Oh. So for some reason, it's like dirt cheap to rent a car in Ireland right now. I don't know if that's always the case, but
and then she found out that cars were made by Boeing.
It's not so much cars as it's just like a metal box with some sheep.
They were Fred Flintstone videos.
It's kind of like a sled dog, but instead of dogs, they're sheep.
I guess we'll find out, but it was $35 for a week. So
you're getting around somehow.
You know what?
But yeah, no. So from there, like the idea is kind of, I mean, I've been like reading my guide and everything, looking online. So many things to do in so little time, but we can also kind of just like play it by ear because it's a very small country. And so I think we can kind of just like drive around, and it's not going to be a super busy time too. So like we could just like head over to whatever towns we want to go to, and then like stop when we see a cute B&B or something and see if they have any room in the inn.
That's awesome. That sounds I can't wait to hear you talk about that.
That sounds awesome. Oh my gosh, I love this.
Very
I'm so glad you guys are doing this.
Yeah.
Christy says make sure that your car has room for 2 people and bags. It could be a micro car.
Oh, that's a good point.
Wait, no. We definitely, I can't remember what kind of car we got, but it definitely has room. And also we're only bringing a carry-on each for the Ireland part, but it could be like a tiny little smart car. But no, it's a normal, like reasonable car.
Otherwise you're sitting with your bags on your lap.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fine.
So speaking of, let's just go over the schedule real quick for the end of the year. So we're off next week, which is the week of Thanksgiving. The following week we'll be back. That would be with release on December 6th. Then we will go from the 13th and the 20th, which is another Friday the 13th.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then our last regular episode of the year will be on Friday, December 20th. We will be off for the next 2 weeks, but the 27th, the bloopers episode will be out. So stay tuned for that on December 27th. And then the following week, we may do in advance a bonus show for the non-patrons, so you guys can hear what the patrons have access to. So I may, while I'm doing the bloopers, be able to pull some clips or highlights from the patron show throughout the year, something like that. Just something quick. So stay tuned for that potentially happening, but that's really going to depend on how much time I have just that week to work on that. And then we will be back in the new year on January 10th.
Cool.
Darcy's
in the chat, and she says that she was born on Friday the 13th.
January 10th. We might have to...
What day do you get back?
On the 8th.
Ah.
Okay, well that's... Well, guys, I think there might be a bonus show on January 10th now.
We will figure that out offline.
We will figure it out. We'll do it in post.
Sorry, I'm off doing amazing things.
It's like I need to maximize like 3 weeks.
No,
like
we'll figure it out.
You do you.
It's 3 weeks minus a day, so I feel like
if you can record on January 9th, like we could do something quick. I mean, we'll figure it out. Otherwise, we've got
potentially could.
You potentially could. I could potentially also come up with hours of bonus clips. Like, we can figure it out. As Rose said, we're going to open up that patron gate. Darcy said in the chat again, she was born on Friday the 13th. Kayla said that her parents' first date was Friday the 13th. And I would like to throw into the ring that Zachary was born on Friday the 13th.
Oh.
Yeah. So Zach was born right after a thunderstorm on Friday the 13th during a full moon. So I had all of those...
Nice.
All the stereotypes that put you into labor, and I had the foot massage the day before my water broke. So, like, pretty much it checked, like, a lot of the boxes of, like, old wives' tales.
Yeah, which, the full moon lately has been around the 13th, so I was like, oh, shit, is December's full moon the 13th? But it's actually the 12th.
Okay.
Close.
Yeah, that'd be crazy, though.
It would.
Yeah. Okay, so does anybody else have anything before we move on?
Nope.
I don't think so.
Cool. I'm going to throw into the hat. JP said last week's show's edits were one complete bonus. So, yes, so for anybody who is not in the know, last week we recorded with, Got and JP and Matt, and we had a rowdy crew in the chat, and it was an hour and 50 minutes. But we had a lot of hijinks with people losing connection and restarting things and lots of craziness, which Amanda made into one amazing Instagram video. So
oh my God.
That video is so awesome. But I don't know. I went through and went from the pee break on and cut out 15 minutes. And I was like, okay, yeah, this show's going to be significantly shorter. Because it ended up being, an hour and 19 minutes or something? I got a full, 31 or 32 minutes cut out. But
nice.
Yeah, it was really funny. And I have to say that we've been doing the additional live show each month for the patrons, patreon.com/JanJack. And I was assuming, under the impression that, live shows, I do less editing when we do these live shows. So it would be a lot easier per month. I would have at least 1 week where it would be easier. Fuck no. Two of the patron shows that come to mind, the one where we had the 5 French people on a bed,
right.
and the one last week have literally been the biggest chunks of editing that I have ever had to do. So funny, not in the bad way at all, because they weren't difficult edits, because it was, just taking chunks of things out.
Take it all out.
Just lift.
Those have been some of the ones where I've gotten the patron shows have been where a lot of the bonus clips have come from.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Also, if you Hangout level patrons don't mind, I think that I might just take the clip of the bonus show in which we talk about Miranda Lambert and Shandy laughs for a good 15 minutes. Do you remember what I explained to you who Miranda Lambert is?
I've forgotten again.
Okay, well, guess what? You forgot the first time, and you have never laughed as hard.
It was a good moment.
I can sense it about to happen again.
So I think that if I do a bonus show, clip show, that's gonna have to be included, because it's 3 minutes of me just talking without taking a breath, describing who Miranda Lambert is, and I end it with something like, "But conservatives are okay with her because she likes guns," and you just start laughing and don't stop, and it's really funny.
Can you just remind me quickly who she is?
A country music singer.
Yeah, she's a country singer.
And what was? Okay, I can Google this. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. So I don't know where we were, but I know where we're going. And it's to the next section of the show. All right. So you guys have 3 choices. Okay.
Okay.
And the other 2 choices, I'm going to totally use them before the end of the year. But I figured I would let the chat choose what they wanted to hear now. And first, so the first one is a Friends episode Thanksgiving quiz. So, do you know which episode of the Friends Thanksgiving this came from? The next one is from Reddit, And it is, Reddit asked the question, if Trump was running against Trump, what would he say about his opponent? And then the next one is actually, what's some of the wisest or most inspirational quotes that you've ever heard? And they're actually really good. I will let you guys decide. So you can do Friends Thanksgiving quiz, Trump versus Trump, or wise quotes. So you guys can pick. I'll let you decide.
So wait, it was Trump versus what?
So,
Trump versus Trump.
Yeah, if Trump was running against Trump, what would he say about his opponent?
That's a lot of Trump. I don't know.
I sent this link to you in the... Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm. I did. That's okay.
I don't know, Shandy. What do you think?
I think I might fail the Friends quiz.
The Friends quiz isn't as bad as you think.
I've seen every episode, but...
Oh, so then you'll be fine.
It's just been a while.
Okay,
I mean, if I can't remember who this Miranda Lambert person is, even though I've laughed about her hysterically twice, that gives you an idea of like my retention. So,
all right, Friends looks like it wins.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
It's okay. If we have time after, we're still pretty early on in the episode. We're like a full 8 minutes earlier than when we usually get here. So, I'm just saying. The first question: why does Chandler hate Thanksgiving?
Oh, there was an episode about it.
There was.
Something about his family.
So here are the choices. Yeah. He just really hates turkey. His childhood cat died on Thanksgiving. His parents told him they were getting divorced.
That one.
Or his whole family got food poisoning when he was a kid.
His parents are getting divorced.
Yeah, totally true. What kind of potato did Monica not agree to prepare in season 1? Tater tots, mashed with lumps, whipped with peas and onions, or roasted sweet potatoes?
Sweet potatoes?
I don't know the answer to this one, to be honest.
I mean, I do not remember whatsoever. But my guess would be tater tots because that's the least gourmet of the potatoes.
Let's go with that. Tater tots. We're right. Oh, no, we're wrong. It was roasted sweet potatoes.
I said roasted sweet potatoes.
You're right.
I think the joke was that everybody wanted a different type of potato.
It was.
Oh, that's right. That sounds familiar.
It was with lumps, without lumps.
In the one where the underdog gets away, what song does Ross sing to his unborn baby? The Monkees theme song, the Laverne and Shirley theme song, David Bowie's Space Oddity, or John Lennon's Beautiful Boy? While you're thinking, Sherry says that we look great tonight. Thank you, Sherry.
Oh,
thank you, Sherry.
Greg chimes in a little bit too late, thanks delay. With Joey asked for tater tots.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I think it's Laverne and Shirley, right?
I think it's Laverne and Shirley too, to be honest. That was my gut when I first took the quiz. I swear to God, I didn't take this earlier. Usually I take them ahead of time, but it's not Space Oddity, and I don't think it's Beautiful Boy.
No, that's too sweet. It's too sentimental.
But Laverne and Shirley is totally Ross.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's the Monkees theme song?
Hey, hey, we're the Monkees. People say we monkey around. We're too
so
busy singing.
Okay, so I don't think it's that, but would he have done
Just
that?
trying to be friendly.
Okay, wait, shh. I don't think it's that, but would he have done that because of Marcel?
Maybe. It's also a very good song, as Shani and I just demonstrated.
It's fun to sing.
It's so
you guys
fun
did so good.
All the Monkey songs are so good.
You guys did so good. I'm not even going to leave it for the bloopers. I'm going to leave it in the episode.
Oh,
thanks. / why did Ross have a monkey? I feel like that's really not okay to have a pet monkey. But
you know what? Of all the things about Friends, I'm going to let that one go.
That's true.
He treated it well, so it's fine. He only lost it for a couple of plot points. I mean, it's fine. All right, which one are we going to? Monkees or Laverne and Shirley? I think that's what we're kind of down between those two.
I could be swayed for Monkees.
I'll vote Monkey because it was fun to sing.
It was fun. Okay, here we go. Monkees is correct.
Hooray!
Woohoo! Next one is, what did the Geller Cup look like? I know the answer to this without having to read the questions. What did the Geller Cup look like?
I have no idea.
a Care Bear glued to an upside-down Tupperware cup, a gold plastic cup glued to a Nerf football, a troll doll nailed to a 2x4, or a cup made of popsicle sticks with Ross on one side and Monica on the other side. And I totally know this one without even having to read the answers. It's the troll one. It's totally a troll one. I can see it in my head. It has it's got the green hair and it's on top of. I vividly remember this troll one. So can I put troll, please?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Woohoo! Okay, it's the troll.
It was right.
Guys.
Yeah.
What were the original teams chosen for the touch football game and the one with the football, which is also super stellar? So was it Ross, Chandler, Rachel versus Monica, Joey, Phoebe? Ross, Monica, Chandler versus Joey, Phoebe, Rachel? Monica, Chandler, Rachel versus Ross, Phoebe, and Joey? Or Monica, Phoebe, and Chandler versus Ross, Joey, and Rachel? So we can suss this out because we know it's Ross versus Monica, which eliminates option 2.
See, I thought it was the girls versus the guys.
So it's...
But clearly that wasn't even an option. So clearly that's just wrong.
Yeah, that's not an option. So it's Ross, Rachel, Chandler versus the other 3 is what Gott's saying. So let's just go with Gott. Okay. He's right.
Hey!
That's what Greg's saying.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. It was Greg that said that. I'm sorry. Greg said that. I'm so sorry.
Also, Mandy says the better trophy was the one for winning the Tribe Fantasy League.
Which I have on the other side of this desk. It's a little penis.
And we called it the Shandy.
We called it the Shandy.
God, those were some days.
Those were some days. Oh my God, that was crazy. Those days were really great days. Like they were insane days, and they were days where we were all just struggling to survive, and everybody had something going on.
Good God,
they really were.
It is weird to think back on that.
It was
period.
that was such a chaotic period for a lot of us.
Yeah.
But that being said, they were some days. Yeah. I kind of wish that those days had happened after this past week of Survivor.
God. We'll
get to that. Okay. Which of the following is not one of the threefold meanings of Chandler being in the box? Which I think I could get this too. It gives him time to think about what he did. That's true. That's definitely true.
Mm-hmm.
It's a public shaming for a shameful act.
That too. That's true.
It hurts. Which could be the answer because the last one is definitely true. It proves how much he cares about his friendship with Joey. It's either public shaming or hurts. Because I know for a fact it's 1 and 4.
Yeah, and I think 2 as well.
So then do we want to go with it hurts?
Yeah, I guess we're going to have to. Process of elimination.
Okay. Nope, it was a public shaming for a shameful act.
Oh.
I know, so close.
Sorry.
It's okay. I didn't know it either. Brian says Monkeys karaoke in Raleigh.
Yes. So here for that.
And then Sherry said that Shandy's going to have the monkey song stuck in her head all week. All right. Which of the following is not an item Rachel brings out to prove to Ross that she is not devoid of sentiment? An eggshell from the first time he made her breakfast in bed. That's true. A movie stub from their first date. I think that's true. Maybe. An artifact from the museum where they were first together for the first time. That is true. I remember that.
Together?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, hold on. Sandra together or... and then a dried rose from the first time he sent her flowers. It was definitely 1 and 3, I think.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Stub or dried rose. I think it's got to be dried rose.
I think it's got to be dried rose too. It's kind of the most normal and kind of boring. It's the least funny of the options.
That's true. Okay, we'll go with that. Yep, it was dried rose.
Nicely done.
In the one with all the Thanksgivings, I love that episode. What is the term Monica has used to refer to a boy's thing? Oh, okay, I think I know the answer to this one. His manhood, his tenderness, his dingle, or his candy cane. It's It's tenderness. It's totally tenderness.
Yeah, that sounds good. I like it.
Okay. Yep. And then cut to Phoebe going, a guy's thing is not called his tenderness. What does Monica want to do to Chandler to get him back for calling her fat? Chop off his toe, get him naked and humiliate him, put laxatives in his mac and cheese, or punch him in the stomach while he's eating. I think it's chop off his toe.
I thought it was the laxative in the mac and cheese.
Really? Because there was a plot with the toe.
Or maybe it was to get him naked and embarrass him?
Maybe. No, because embarrassing him was like Chandler in a box.
There was plenty of opportunity to embarrass.
Naked. Greg is saying naked. We'll go with that.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Okay, you guys are right.
Hooray! Good job, Greg. You're good at this.
No, you're good at this, Amanda. Oh, the toe was by accident. Okay, that's right. I knew there was a toe
right.
Okay, we're almost done here. Which item does Rachel not put in the trifle? Raspberries, jam, beef sautéed with peas and onions, or pudding? It's raspberries, guys. I think.
No, it's pudding.
Oh, that's right. It's pudding because that was what. Yeah, it's pudding. You're right. It's right. You're right. Yeah. Right. Because like jam, good. Beef, good. Good. Okay, we'll go with pudding then. You're right. And you're right.
Nice.
God, I love that episode with the.
It's one of the few I actually really remember clearly.
I love that one.
Yeah.
That's the one with Mom, Dad, Ross smoked pot in college. I wasn't supposed to put beef in the trifle. I was like, Hurricane Glory didn't break the porch swing. Monica did.
Monica did.
It's like, she's like, we kind of figured to bite the porch swing. So awful. And then she was like, no, you were not. And it was not very good.
I forgot all of those.
I think that's my favorite Thanksgiving episode because it's just them telling on each other. It's just so endearing. Okay, what was the reason we discovered that Ross and Monica's parents don't like Chandler in season 6? Which we just reiterated. I'm not even gonna read all these. It was definitely the pot thing.
Oh right.
Yeah. So
right.
I'm just gonna go with that. It's correct. I know. Oh, so the episode title of this was the one where Ross got high. Which of these things was not revealed in the one where Ross got high? Monica and Chandler are living together. Joey wants to leave. Ross married Rachel in Vegas and got divorced again, and Phoebe is drunk. It's definitely Joey wants to leave because that's the rest of it. So Ross married Rachel in Vegas and got divorced again. And then I think that's when Phoebe is like, and I'm drunk. I'm going to go with that. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay. Yep. We went through the first Monica and Chandler living. So that's how it ends. With Monica and Chandler are living together.
Is that Fiona in the background?
That's Fiona, but I am just awed by Brian's most recent comment.
What'd he say? Go ahead.
Hey, we're the broadcast. People say we podcast around, but we're too busy drinking and hoping that Andy gets down.
Yes, so good. You're a lyricist, Brian. You're a lyricist. Carole King has nothing on you.
Oh my God, I think that
brilliant.
I think Brian's right. I'm sorry. I think that Ro is right. I think we have to say. Yep. Hey, we're the broadcast.
Yep.
Is the episode.
See, we always find that title organically. They just fall in our lap.
Yep.
That one's for you.
Yep. All right. Good times. Next question. What is the dog's name? Okay. Fuck that one.
Dog.
There's a
dog?
There's a picture, dog? Whatever. In season 7, what state did Ross say he forgot? And which state did he have to write down twice? Nevada, Utah, Ohio, Colorado, Delaware, Nevada, Rhode Island, Ohio.
You just said Nevada twice.
So that must be the answer.
So which one, Nevada or Utah or Delaware, Nevada?
Delaware, Nevada?
You said Nevada twice again.
Said Nevada twice.
Yes, those are two separate answers.
Oh.
Choice A is Nevada, Utah. Choice B is Ohio, Colorado. Choice 3, C, whatever you want to go with, is Delaware, Nevada. And the last choice, D or 4, is Ohio.
I think clearly I did not understand.
No, it's okay. I didn't get it either.
Should we just go with choice C because that's the one that you should do?
At this point, I don't even know what that
Delaware,
is.
Nevada.
Yep.
Okay.
Good.
Okay, Delaware, Nevada. Here's the moment of truth because I don't remember this one. We were right.
Nice.
All right. Good signs. JP wants to know, can we make Shandy singing it into the show intro for one episode, please? We can do that. In the one with the rumor, what does Will say are his two greatest enemies? And Will would be Brad Pitt, I think. Rachel Green and complex carbohydrates. Dark meat and narcissistic cheerleaders. Rachel Green and empty calories. High school bullies and candy yams. I think it's Rachel Green and empty calories, but I know Rachel is one of them.
That's also, I think that's the only Friends episode I've actually never seen.
The one with Brad Pitt?
Yeah, because so I watched all of Friends because my old roommate Julia had all the seasons on box set DVDs back before the streaming services.
Yep.
And
were you in college?
No, this was post-college.
Oh, okay.
Post-college, pre-streaming Netflix. It was just like getting the DVDs of Netflix.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, I think that was season 8, that disc was missing.
Oh.
So it's like that Thanksgiving episode, and there was like 2 other episodes on the disc.
Interesting.
So I've never seen them.
Interesting. Well, there's a screen cap with Ross and Brad Pitt in this quiz, and God, Brad Pitt used to be so attractive. He really was adorable back in the day. Like,
Mm-hmm.
All right. Mm-hmm. Which one is it? Because I think it's one of the Rachel Green ones, but I feel like empty calories, but I don't know. It could be complex carbohydrates. So Rachel Green and complex carbohydrates, or Rachel Green and empty calories?
I trust you.
Yeah, go with your gut.
Go with your gut.
I think it's empty calories, but I could be wrong.
Let's find out. I'm with you. Let's do it.
Oh, man, I was wrong. It was complex. Rachel Green and complex carbohydrates. No. I'm sorry, guys.
That's all right.
All right. What was the rumor they started about Rachel in high school? That she was born with both male and female genitalia, that she slept with the principal, that she was pregnant, or that she couldn't read. It's the first one, because I do remember that.
Okay.
Yep, I was right.
Friends did not age well.
They did not age well, no.
No.
Why did Rachel's sister Amy, which is Christina Applegate, why did Amy's boyfriend cancel their Thanksgiving plans? He had a heart attack. He was a doctor and got called in for emergency. His wife came back into town, or his mother died. I think it was the wife.
I think it was the wife.
Yep, that's it. The final question here is... Okay. In season 10, what is the name of that Rachel gives to his and Monica's hypothetical future baby? Hemingway Bing, Holden Caulfield Bing, Kerouac Bing, or Gatsby Bing? Isn't it Holden Caulfield Bing?
I have no idea.
Also, did I pronounce Kerouac wrong?
Kerouac.
Thank you. Okay.
Kerouac.
Yes. Thank you. I knew the book he wrote. I just never pronounced it correctly. I think it's Holden Caulfield Bing, but I could be wrong. Let's just go with that.
Let's go with it.
He also hung out a lot in Big Sur.
It's Hemingway Bing. Boo. Okay. Well, we didn't end it on a win, but that's okay. It was still fun.
Indeed, that was a good one.
All right, we are ready to hear what everybody else has to say. So without further ado, I guess we'll get into some feedback.
Sounds good.
All right. Our first bit of feedback is actually a picture from Kayla, and it's that she's ready for the live broadcast, and she has Oreos and key lime pie of some sort, I think. A shepherd's pie, a pot pie. Pot pie. Okay, I can't see
but
that.
But not a pot pie, but it's a pot pie.
Yeah. And then a IPA, a 6-pack of IPA. So, woohoo, sounds good to me. Matt says, apparently today is Thank You Patrons Day, which, yes, actually, it is hashtag Thank You Patrons Day. And honestly, one of the things that I am most grateful for is the patrons. Over the years, I would say, like, if I'm going to be completely honest, where we are now in November 2019 is pretty close to where we were when we finished up at the end of 2016. So that means that we have some really awesome, loyal people that are supporting the network. And I am so grateful for them and for that, because that is just, like, that's really cool. That's really cool, because if you think about, like, how things change from, like, fluctuate or whatever, especially when you've got, like, you know, the public and finances, because we support several people on Patreon, and after Jay got laid off, we had to go through and reduce, like, our patron, like, support level or stuff. So I know it's difficult, but, like, so I get it. Like, I get it, and, like, I realize that things change, and I'm just really grateful for everybody that signs up each month, like, even for, you know, 10 cents. Not that we have anybody at 10 cents, but, like, even that I would be very grateful for. So thank you. JP said, I wonder who you got DOTT to do the show. Gut. I'm sorry. Gut. In our first bit of Hump Film feedback, which we actually do have a bunch of it coming up, Desiree said, so the Hump Film Festival does a U.S. tour after Shandy's show. It looks like tickets are only $20. Seriously considering catching it in New Orleans. Depends on the dates to be determined. Didn't Maggie go to that last year?
Yes. That sounds vaguely familiar.
I'm pretty sure she did, or maybe she just did a Dan Savage thing. I feel like I remember her talking about it.
I think she's met Dan Savage. I remember the picture. That's amazing. Yeah, we'll have to ask her. But no, and I wrote back, like, one of the things that I really appreciate is that the price point is very affordable.
Mm-hmm.
Which is awesome. Brian in the chat says, you can't put a price on love and friendship. Love you all.
Aww. True.
And we love you.
Yes.
Yeah. I like it.
Janet said, so what are your plans for Thanksgiving? Travel, favorite or not favorite foods for the feast? I think we all talked about our plans at the beginning of the show. But okay, favorite food or not favorite foods for the feast? Turkey or another main course? I love turkey. I think, Shandy, you love turkey. Amanda?
I think turkey's fine. I love mashed potatoes and gravy. I fucking love the shit out of that. And also green bean casserole type
green bean
thing.
Casserole. I love green bean casserole.
And black olives. Oh my God.
You do black
the ones
olives
that you eat on your
You eat on your fingers.
Yes.
Interesting.
Oh my God. I could eat cans of those.
That's a controversial choice. I applaud that.
Yeah. I mean, there are certain things in my food choices where it's like, oh, you can tell that I, like, used to live in France. And then there are other things in my food choices where it's like, oh, you can tell that I grew up poor. And that's one of them. Fucking love those black olives.
I used to really like them as a kid. We used to do, like, the black olives and the Italian marinated mushrooms on the table, and I used to eat, like, the black olives off my grandfather's plate. Like, he would always put extra on his plate because he knew I was going to take them. Oh. And now I can't stand them. I don't know when that turned over, but at some point in my adolescence, I was like, nope, these make me want to throw up.
Oh, it never turned over for me. I shit you not. I can eat cans by the can.
I love olives, especially black olives. Zachary loves olives, especially black olives. Like, nice. We went to this restaurant. So he went to work with me last Monday. We talked about, and we went to this pizza place that's kind of like a Subway of pizza. It's called Blaze. Like, you can make your own, like, pizza. Mm-hmm. And he, being a little kid, was like, I want bacon and pepperoni. And I was like, he'll have the nitrate special, please. And I made this joke last week. So I got whatever I got with, like, chicken and whatever else. And I added black olives to the top of mine. And Zachary ate all of the black olives off of mine. Which, the funny caveat about that is I love black olives and olives in general and tapenades and whatnot. And when I was pregnant with Zachary and to a bit with Alex, but I didn't really even try it with Alex, the only food whatsoever that made me nauseous was the smell of olives or tapenade.
Interesting.
Really funny, right? Like, and then with Alex, funny. I was like, I'm not even going near it. Like, I might be okay with it, but I don't want to try.
I'm so sorry. I let Fiona in, and I think she must have just farted because it just...
Hashtag Fargate!
It is a potent girl. What the fuck? Oh, she's sitting in my lap.
Oh, that's not very nice. No. A gal doesn't fart in another gal's lap.
This gal does.
Girl code.
Gal does. I tried to show her, but I don't know if anyone could see her. Oh, man, Fiona. Whew. Anyway, sorry.
So I actually love mashed potatoes, but I love mashed potatoes with butter and salt. I could give two shits about gravy. Like, if it's there, cool. If it's not there, whatever. Like, I love me some mashed potatoes, butter, and salt. So just make it all the unhealthy.
Yeah. Yes to all the above.
I like me some gravy.
So
pickles. I like the canned cranberry sauce.
Yeah.
Bonus points if it still has the can ridges on it. Like least amount of effort. Maximize the delicious.
Okay, so your favorite pickle, sweet or sour? I like dill.
I like dill. I like a spicy
ones.
pickle.
Yes.
That's what she said.
Well, what type of roll? I love the potato rolls.
I like the Grand Hawaiian. Like those little guys.
Yeah, the Hawaiian ones. The Hawaiian ones. Okay.
Yeah,
I amend my answer. I want the Hawaiian rolls.
Yeah. See, Greg knows what I'm saying. He's with the canned cranberry sauce as well.
I'm sorry, Shandy. What were you going to say about the pickles? Before I cut you off.
Right.
Oh, I love all pickles. All the pickles. Yes to all the pickles.
Yeah, that's probably the correct answer.
I really like, and this is not even, and that's what she said, but I really like the big pickles. You know, like
yeah,
really
those big
ones.
Yeah. Oh, Clausen's pickles.
Yes.
Yes, those are the best.
Okay.
And I like the halves because they do spears, halves, sandwich slices, or whole ones. And my preferred is the halves because I'll eat two of them, and it's amazing. But I'll do any of them.
Yep. No, the whole ones. I used to like the whole ones, and then I would like slice them into like circles, like chips.
Yeah. JP said that Big Pickles was my nickname in high school. Christy says garlicky dill. I've never had a garlicky dill pickle, but I want it now. I want it immediately.
I'm trying to imagine the taste of garlic with the taste of pickle, and
it's good. That's very it was a missed opportunity when you were here in New York, Shandy. We should have gone down to Lower East Side and gotten like real like Jewish pickles from the barrel. We should.
Oh, they're so good.
I know that was like what 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago.
Okay, moving on. Did we do favorite salad? Green, pasta, potato, jello, etc., etc. I love a good pasta salad. Like all the way.
I do too. But for Thanksgiving, I feel like a green salad to kind of balance everything out.
Yeah, I guess. I could do potato salad too. I could also do like just coleslaw if that counts.
Coleslaw?
Sure. That counts.
Yeah.
I love coleslaw. I love
potato salad. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a lot of potatoes, but
yeah, I feel like it depends on where we are. Potato salad if we weren't at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And then she wants to know how to manage the gatherings with the prevalent political climate. I actually have a guide saved in my browser. It's like Politico or something. How to like deal with your family on Thanksgiving. I don't think it's Politico, but it's something. I think my family and I are in agreement that we're just not going to talk about it. And if somebody brings something up, then you better hope that we haven't been drinking. So
my family's all on board with, the light side,
Yeah, you both aren't in the same position that I'm in.
Yeah, my family mostly all agrees. I think there are
Dissenters.
There's like a sliding scale of centrist to more liberal. So I think that the discussions stay a little more constructive because we all basically agree. We just have like nuancy things that
even
can be
a centrist
problematic.
is fine. Like even Mike, shut up. I know you don't agree with me right now, but like even like having like everybody's got a gateway. Like I heard that Joe Biden said that pot was a gateway drug this month. So I feel like being a moderate or a centrist is like your gateway. Like that's your gateway drug.
Did he really say that about the gateway drug? Like he's not on board with the fact that that's bogus? Like I feel like this is common knowledge.
I feel like he grew up in a generation where he probably literally has actually never smoked weed.
Yeah. Wow. I feel like when he was sort of coming into politics, how he looked at pot. Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, so if you do have sort of like centrist to liberal people in your family, I feel like the current climate sort of like unites you. Right. So there's that. Even though my family is all on the progressive side, I guess except for one person. But anyway, none of us will be together at Thanksgiving. So it's kind of a moot point. I'm going to be at a friend's families. So my friend and I are like very much in agreement with parts of her family are not. That's a little bit more like, well, I mean, like as a guest at somebody else's house, like I'm not gonna go there, but that's different than when you're with your family and there's more, like you're allowed to do more, and also there's more at stake. I don't know, family is different, so but and maybe people feel more impassioned to do so when they're with their family because they actually like care about the people, whereas this is like, I'm excited to see Uncle Brian and we can talk about, I don't actually know what his political opinions are, because again, like we didn't talk about that. We talked about like Monterey, and he likes France. So, you know, honestly, that's what we'll talk about.
Honestly, like, smart. I feel like now is like the best time if you're going to have those discussions, because there's not a whole lot that can be said other than like, but the facts are really this simple. So there's that.
And yet people are like, and yet people haven't come around yet. Like, so.
Because those people are getting either not paying attention or they're getting the news source from outlets that aren't giving them the truth.
Because I can think it was never about the issues to begin with.
Right.
Yeah. Good times. So the way to deal with it, I don't know, but I feel like if there was ever going to be a moment, it's now. So seize it, but don't seize it if it means that mashed potatoes are going to get wasted and thrown in your face, because that's just a waste of mashed potatoes. And like, it's delicious.
That's true. That's less leftovers you get to enjoy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. Moving on to some Matt's What She Says.
All right. I know this was very last minute decision to do this live, so we thank you for showing up.
I didn't really have any issues logging in or getting it.
They're all coming in hot.
We always pull out something fun.
I was lazy and I didn't move it.
And I know I didn't clean it. Which, by the way, did you guys watch any of the testimony from Friday in which they reported that? So Sondland said President Zelensky loves your ass, and like all the media didn't know how to like say ass, so there was a whole lot of inflection differences. I mean, everybody knows, like, just reading it, like, you know, it was like, you know, bro code, like, he loves your ass. But, like, they were like, he loves your ass. Or he loves your ass. He loves your ass. Like,
he loves your ass.
Yeah. Like, he loves your ass.
He loves your ass.
Like, he loves your ass. Like, that was really funny. Like, that was a great moment. Like, that was something I think could unite all of America, was the proper inflection of the word ass in the phrase "he loves your ass." Just saying. I'm sorry. Where were we?
We pulled over and we did that.
Give it to the troops.
What war have you been in? And I was like, the war of your butt.
The war of your butt. The war of your
butt.
War of your butt.
I went to hump.
This has maybe been done better in years past.
Oh, that's a powerful tool.
Just turn in a little deeper.
None of them are brand spanking new, but they still work if you're doing it.
Despite the fact that both of them are a little bit older, I glanced at them before we started recording, and I think both of them would be satisfactory.
What was that?
I don't know.
I don't know, actually.
I have no idea.
I'd like to know for this one as well. Are you pulling up lube right now?
We will skip complicated sex position and then come back.
Hey, Matt, you want to join us?
I'm totally there for you.
Pre-gravy, we're going for it.
JP, I promise we're going to get to your stuff next week. Which, spoiler alert, we're not going to get to all your stuff this week.
But again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the chat is telling us that this was for the Trump Mad Libs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and
right,
Matt says Matt says I always love when I stump you as to what you're talking about.
Indeed.
Yep.
Indeed.
All right, let's move on to Butter Shemales. The first thing that we have is actually a voicemail. So let's play that. And this is from John.
Yep. Hey, Broad. This is John in Houston, especially Shandy. Really pleased to hear you went to the premiere of the 15th Annual Home Film Fest. I went with my wife to the last showing of the 14th Annual in Austin, Texas about a month ago, and we had a wonderful time. The crowd was about 60 or 70% gay, and they just really added so much to the show because everybody was so open and having fun. Only problem was it was held in a fairly bad neighborhood. There were probably thousands of homeless around the arena. Anyway, glad to hear it. We're going to make it again next year in Austin. Talk to you later. Bye.
Well, that's awesome that he went.
Cool. Yeah.
I feel like these are bookends or an end and a beginning. It's just funny to think that it was just finishing like a month ago and then now starting again.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Yeah. I mean, it lasted for a whole year. That went for a really long time.
Very long time.
Very long
God,
time.
that's
Super
like my
long
worst
time.
nightmare.
Yes.
That's like my worst nightmare.
But hey, we both had fun.
And that's what matters.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Yeah, indeed. Anyway, thank you, John, for that. I want to hear more about what you liked about the actual shows, like the actual films. Like, please,
Yeah.
send us a voicemail in and let us know what you felt about how you felt, like your opinions of it. Because maybe Shandy saw the same ones. I'm assuming she did.
Well, no, because I missed last year.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So he can fill me in on what I missed.
Oh. John is going to have to write in and let us know his thoughts on the different movies, shorts, the different shorts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much. Please call us back 331-276-2373. Next up, we have an email from Mandy, the birthday girl.
All right, so Mandy writes in, it's a long one. That's what she said. After listening to Colleen talk about her fun as a marathon spectator and Shandy as a runner, plus the call out for a charity the universe was telling me to share. As hard as I try to be, I'm not a runner. The idea of a half marathon sounds fun, but will probably never happen. In 2012, a friend from church posted on Facebook about doing the Susan G. Komen 3-day. I decided to join her for a training walk to talk about it on a cold February morning. After that, I was all in, which meant two things. From then until October, raise $2,300 for SGK and start training. After a couple of weeks, our team grew to 6 great women, myself and a friend I already knew, my mom, a friend I've known my whole life, and 2 amazing women I love dearly who I wouldn't have met otherwise. I forgot to say what the 3-day was. It's walking 60 miles over the course of 3 days, sleeping in tents, and showering in really nice trucks. We selected Atlanta as our city to walk in. Over the course of 8 months, I spent just about every weekend training with our team and fundraising. It started slow, of 3 to 5 miles a day, but by the end, we were walking 18 miles on a Saturday, then 16 on Sunday, in addition to individual training walks during the week. Holy shit.
That's a lot.
Yeah. My girls were little at the time, so once they were put to bed, I'd walk on the treadmill anywhere between 5 and 12 miles.
Wow.
Damn. There were lots of sore muscles, cramps, and blisters. No matter how bad we felt after a long walk, we'd tell each other it couldn't hurt worse than chemo. When I started the journey, it was to honor my grandmother, who beat breast cancer twice, and my daughters, who hopefully never have to know a world with cancer. Another teammate was doing it for a mother she lost to breast cancer. During the 3 days walking in Atlanta, it was inspirational to meet and talk to women and men who fought and beat cancer. I was lucky enough to carry one of the flags for a couple of miles honoring my grandmother. In total, our team raised over $14,000
wow.
for
That's
SDK.
amazing, Mandy.
Good job.
That's awesome.
During the weekend of the walk, friends and family came to Atlanta to chase us around the city, cheering us on. I'm sure it wasn't easy doing that with 2 kids under the age of 4, but I'm grateful for my husband for doing it. One of my teammates is going to be doing the 3-day in Chicago next September, and I'm really thinking hard about if I can handle another 3-day. I've included a picture of me and my mom before starting day 1, and then me after the 16 miles. Love, Mandy. Aww.
Look,
That's
this
incredible.
is awesome.
That's so much money and so many miles. Hats off. I really love the idea of multiple days of things.
Yeah.
Like, no matter if it's like a running race or a walking thing or like all of it's very, very cool.
Me too.
I like the epicness.
The epic and the spirit of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just more,
Sleeping in tents. I love all of it. $14,000? Like, wow.
That's amazing. That really
a lot
is
of money.
incredible.
So our next email is from JP, and it is Happy Broadsgiving. JP says, I wanted to write in and share a Thanksgiving wish for everyone. I say everyone because we still haven't decided on what to call our little group of faithful listeners. We called you honorary broads. Look.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Yep.
Look.
Oh, crap. I don't have anything. Look at that.
Honorary broads and Totoro.
He continues to say, I, for one, love the name Gott's Tots. What I am thankful for within the Tots? Well, considering the year I had, I am simply thankful for all the pleasure I receive from listening to each of the shows I enjoy on this network. I'm glad that we are given a network to not only reach our hosts by participating with each episode, but also a forum to speak with every listener and every friend. Our 2019 Raleigh meetup set the bar high for 2020 as those meetups just got better and better. They did get better and better, I'm not going to lie. Each year, the new faces add to what the familiar faces brought the previous year. I want to share a charity with the group. As I've mentioned, my friend Dave was murdered this summer. None of you will ever know what it's like to be hugged by the 3 brothers or have his parents welcome you to their home for dinner. All I can say is, if I was asked to name one of the nicest families I know, Dave's would have easily been the second to my own, and I do not deserve this. However, to our group of tots, we suggest 3 things. Number 1, if you're in New York City, please make sure that you visit David's restaurant and comedy club called The Stand. When you're there, pay careful attention to the ambiance of the location and the abundance of warmth you receive from the staff. This is absolutely his doing, and an offshoot of what it would feel like to be welcomed by the family. Sadly, he left behind a wife and 2 young daughters. Anything spent at The Stand is providing for the future of his family. Number 2, donations can be made through Venmo at the David Kimowitz Memorial Fund and Zelle the David Kimowitz Memorial Fund at gmail.com. As of writing this, there's also a GoFundMe page for his kids' college. All three of those I will put in the show notes. And then finally, number 3, at Raleigh 2020, find me and tell me your best joke. Everyone who knew Dave was a victim that day, but today we are laughing and smiling because, moving forward, that's what he would have wanted. The Tots are the largest group of people I know who give me the biggest smiles. JP from NJ.
Nice. And I will second that the stand is a pretty great spot. Yeah. The food is good. The ambiance is very good.
Is it on the west side? Because maybe we can visit there.
It's right near Union Square.
Oh, that's
so technically actually the east side.
Put it on the list.
Our next email is from Maggie.
Yes, our next email is from Maggie. And she says, "Hey, Amanda, Shandy, and Colleen. I want to share an organization I give to every month, Women for Women. I heard about it on an Oprah podcast last year. Women for Women is in countries in the world that don't value educating women. Women enroll for a class and it teaches them a trade, budgeting, and many other things. They have a program that specifically works with women who are survivors of war. I'm writing this email before seeing an author speak, so I don't have a chance to look up all the specifics right now. So last year, I sponsored a woman in the Democratic Republic of Congo with 3 kids to go through the program and take the classes. She sent me a few letters through the year, and I wrote her a few times. She graduated, which is cool. I am now sponsoring a woman in Nigeria with 8 kids. Her class just started. They do also educate men to support. I'm not doing a good job describing this. You're doing just fine. That's what I get for waiting until the last minute to send this. It's $35 a month to send a woman to the class. You sign up for a year at least. And she gives the website, which is womenforwomen.org.
Show notes.
Show notes. It makes me feel like I belong to the other women. I like it. I also donate to Planned Parenthood Monthly and the Hispanic Federation, which does work in Puerto Rico. If someone wants to do something more local, pay off a kid's lunch debt, or give extra at a school's book fair for kids who won't get a book. Sorry for the long email. I hope it makes sense. Author talk about to start. Bye-bye, Maggie.
Bye-bye.
Those were a lot of really good suggestions. I am going to have to look at Women for Women. That sounds like a really great organization.
Agreed.
I'm also really curious as to which author she went to.
Maggie, we need a follow-up email.
Yeah. I love that. Those are really great suggestions. I love it's actually at every level. Maggie has an international suggestion, a national suggestion, and then local suggestion.
Yeah.
Which is
all
awesome.
the bases covered.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you, Maggie, so much. That's just great. It's great. Thank you. All right. We're going to finish up this show with an Andy update. And then we are going to say what we are thankful for. Go.
Okay. So Andy writes in, Happy Broadsgiving. Hey, Broads. Well, I thank you, Colleen, for the tough love. I still agree with Shandy's sentiments.
Meh.
I obviously don't consider myself an incel and didn't intend to convey that in my last email. I guess my point is that the dating world can lead to a lot of snap judgments on the briefest of first impressions. Sure, I don't share the misogyny and misanthropy of incels, but there are other things about me and my life that could apply to tropes about incels. If only dating used references like jobs, or I could get a broadcast seal of approval stamp on my dating profile, or have won't send you dick pics and will take your rejection like an adult under special interests. I think you could add that.
Yeah, I like that.
And maybe also put like an honorary broad.
See, there we have a stamp.
We got a
profile.
We got a stamp for that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyway, this is Broadsgiving, so it's time to be thankful for what you have. While we all know my dissatisfaction about parts of my life, I still have a lot to be thankful for. I complain about how male virgins are the butts of jokes, but I know I'm not actually oppressed by this. I'm still a straight white cis guy, which has a lot of privilege. While I keep this part of me a secret, I doubt I would face anything worse than jokes as opposed to what actual marginalized people face every day. I have good friends and a supportive family. My life is decent, and while it could use improvements, whose couldn't? So as we head into another cuffing season and I appear to be cuffless, I'll try to keep that in mind as I add another layer of blankets. Hashtag I'm with hers, Andy.
Hear, hear.
Hear, hear.
Indeed.
Do we want to use Andy's email to transition into the annual Broadsgiving, what we're thankful for?
Yes.
Oh, I suppose.
Okay. Who wants to start? I can start. So okay. It's funny because I listened to last year's right before we recorded this, and I would say that 2018 was great. 2019 was a challenge. There were roadblocks. There were curveballs. Whatever. But in previous years, I would have reacted differently, and I would have seen the worst in every situation. But when I think back about some of the opportunities that some of the not great things that happened this past year gave us, I can't complain. Like, I feel like I am finally at that stage of life where I am grateful for what I have, and I finally see the glass as half full. And I have never seen the glass half full for all of my life. So it's a nice way to live life, and I know that a lot of people don't get that. I am grateful that I got to this point. So
you're here. That's great.
Yeah.
That's really great.
Like, even that, I feel like that sounds just too privileged and whatnot, but like,
you're allowed to be happy.
Nice.
So
well,
anyway,
Shandy, would you like to go next, or should I?
Either way. We can go in order of the screen.
Okay.
I am still continually thankful for this podcast.
Amen.
Amen.
And I think I said this last year, Colleen. You can tell me if I actually did or not. So thankful for the meetup. Because it is, I mean, I've said this a little bit before, but it's such a different experience to like have started this podcast and really not knowing anyone, to like fast forward to now and like actually like knowing people, but knowing them more than just virtually, also like knowing people in person, and just like, Raleigh is something that I can look forward to every year, and it's just great. So definitely thankful for that. 2019 was an interesting year. I think that it was really terrible for politics, policy, and the world. But personally, like in my personal life, it was a pretty good year. And I said this at the outset of 2019. I said 2019 is going to be a good year. So what I'm thankful for this last year is, I think I've made a lot of personal growth, I guess. And it's hard to really like put my finger on, but I think a lot of it comes from, I feel like I've had a more open mindset about certain things this year. And I've just had like a really fucking incredible reading list. And I feel like I've just read more than I did in years past. And like everything that I've read has been excellent and has just like really brought me something. And I'm very thankful. And like after a year of doing that, and again, like I've always liked to read, but I just feel like I've really, I don't know, I've invested more time in it. And it's one of those things, it's like, the more you do, the more you want to do it, So just at the end of the year, I'm seeing like all of this growth and change. And again, it's like hard to put your finger on, but I definitely feel it. And it's been really positive. And ironically, like, I mean, I still think, and I've said this before, like we still need to fight as hard as we possibly can to save the planet and, to like enact change and work for, justice and equality and all of these things. But the planet in general, like really had me down and still does have me down. I mean, I really think that's like this existential threat that I've also become more attuned to in this year. At the same time, like I've also been able to think about things on a bigger scale. And it's hard to even, because it's hard to really articulate, but I mean, it's like hashtag Team Universe in a way. I really, we need to do everything that we can to try to save the planet. But if we fail, and we probably will, it's just a blip in the universe's existence. It's so much bigger than that. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's even uplifting.
That's not uplifting because you just
can't kill energy. It just keeps going on and manifests in something else.
It's very oddly helpful for me to be able to even like have even a little bit of an appreciation for that mindset, all the while still trying to do everything in my power. I mean, case in point, like I gave a presentation at work the other day where I got to give this whole presentation on sustainability in the workplace. And that's something that I hadn't, like I'm a teacher. So the idea was like, what is our environmental impact as teachers? And, how can we minimize that? And so just, like to be able to do something like that is just, I think, a great use of my time and very satisfying. And it was very well received. So like, we'll see what happens from there. So like, these two things they're not like mutually exclusive. Like I really think that you can do both at the same time. And that's what's been helping me. So
nice. I guess I will start mine by repeating words from someone much wiser than myself. Brian in the chat has said, I'm thankful for finding some peace in the quiet spaces this year. And I think that better articulates than I could my thinking as well. It's been a weird year. I feel like I wasted a lot of my time this year giving into my lesser demons. And because of it, I wasn't really living my life to the fullest extent that I possibly could and should be and want to. So I think, and there has been a little bit of shift in the past couple of weeks. So, and I think that's very in line with my thinking. So, Brian, thank you for that. I love that. I'm thankful for the patrons. I'm thankful for you guys. Obviously, even in all my dark moments, having this safe space every Tuesday helps. It helps a lot. I got a promotion this year. Yeah, I forget. I keep thinking this year has gone by so fast, and it was really slow in a lot of ways. I got promoted in the beginning of the year, and I completely forgot that happened this year. So that's great. It came with a little more money. I feel for the first time in my adult life, I am financially stable.
Oh, that's huge.
I'm not like rolling in the dough or anything. I'm not like living big, but I am living comfortably.
Which is really great.
Which is great. It's like I don't have any credit card debt. I don't. The only debt I have is a little bit of student loans, and I'm only keeping that to keep my credit score in a reasonable space because I don't have a mortgage or a car payment, and I need some sustainable debt. But and I think I am thankful. I have no idea what my future looks like, but I am thankful that I get one.
Oh.
And then I get to figure out what tomorrow looks like.
We're all trying to figure out what tomorrow looks like. But you know what? For some people, it's totally going to look like impeachment cobbler. So
yes, it is.
Says Fiona.
That's a perfect period to the end of that sentence. Yeah.
I do love cobbler.
Me too.
Hey, we're the broadcast.
People say we podcast around, but we're too busy
doing something. I don't know the words of the original song, so I can't help you.
And it gets down.
Anyway, thank you guys all for joining us, whether you're listening in the chat or whether you're listening to this on the feed. Thank you to the patrons. If you would like to become a patron, you can go to patreon.com/JaneJack. You can go to janejack.com and click on the Become a Patron link in the top right corner of the page. Also, you can just go to show notes. Like, everything we talk about is always in the show notes. So wherever you're listening to this, whether it's Google or iTunes or Downcast or whatever it is, like, you always have like the description of the episode. That's where all the links of everything that I'm talking about, including the Patreon, will be. So please check that out. But there's also like Black Friday is coming up. And if you'd like to set us as your homepage for your Black Friday shopping, that would be janejack.com/Amazon. Lowercase letters. If you'd like to leave us a review, we'd like that too. You can do it on iTunes or wherever else you listen. There's always, I know there's a review button everywhere else. And yeah, I think that's it. Good night to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys all so much for joining us. Okay, it's midnight here. I thought we were going to be done before 11, so I was way wrong about that. But on that note, happy Thanksgiving, everybody, and I hope you all have a happy, healthy day. My name is Colleen.
My name is Amanda.
And I'm Shandy.
On that note, peace, love, and pies out.
Peace, love, and pies.
Bye.